I ghosted my girlfriend after she nearly killed both of us. We'd been dating for 8 months when Kayla decided she wanted to drive us to her cousin's wedding in Phoenix. I should have known something was off when she insisted on taking her beat-up Honda Civic instead of my truck, saying she wanted to practice highway driving. The girl had only gotten her license 6 months earlier and mostly stuck to parking lots and side streets. But I was stupid in love, so I said sure. Big mistake. The drive started normal enough. She was doing fine on the local roads, staying in her lane, checking mirrors. I was actually proud of her. Then we hit I-10 and everything went sideways fast. First red flag was when she merged onto the highway going like 45 in a 75 zone. Cars were honking and swerving around us while she white-knuckled the steering wheel. I told her to speed up and she just nodded, but instead of gradually accelerating, she floored it. We went from 45 to 85 in about 3 seconds. Kayla, slow down a bit, I said, trying to stay calm. I got this, she snapped back, but her hands were shaking. That's when I noticed she wasn't checking her mirrors anymore. She was just staring straight ahead like she was in a tunnel. A semi-truck came up behind us and she didn't even see it until it started honking. She jerked the wheel hard to the right, nearly taking us into the shoulder. Babe, maybe we should pull over and I'll drive, I suggested. No, I said I got this, but she clearly didn't. 20 minutes later, she was tailgating this minivan full of kids, riding maybe 2 feet off their bumper at 80 mph. The van kept tapping their brakes trying to get her to back off, but she either didn't notice or didn't care. I was gripping the door handle so hard my knuckles were white. Kayla, you need to give them space. They're going too slow, she said, and then did the most insane thing I've ever seen. She swung into the left lane to pass, but there was a pickup truck already there. She didn't check her blind spot, nothing. The pickup driver laid on his horn and had to slam his brakes. We missed him by maybe inches. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. Pull over right now, I said, not asking anymore. Stop being such a baby, she shot back. I know how to drive. That's when it happened. We're coming up on this curve, still doing about 80, and she's texting. Actually texting while driving. I looked over and she's typing something on her phone with one hand, steering with the other. Kayla! She looked up just as we hit the curve. The car started drifting toward the concrete barrier. She overcorrected hard to the left, and suddenly we're spinning. Everything went into slow motion. I remember seeing the guardrail, then the other lane, then the guardrail again. We spun maybe 3 full times before sliding backwards into the median. The car finally stopped when we hit a drainage ditch. My seatbelt had me pinned against the door, and there was steam or smoke coming from the hood. Kayla was just sitting there, still holding her phone, looking confused. Are you okay? I asked, checking myself for injuries. Yeah, I think so. That was weird. Weird. She called nearly killing us both weird. A state trooper showed up about 15 minutes later. Kayla tried to tell him that the car just started spinning on its own, that maybe there was oil on the road or something. The cop took one look at the skid marks and asked if she'd been on her phone. No, sir, she lied straight to his face. I don't text and drive, but here's the thing. Her phone was still open to her messages. The cop saw it when he was checking to make sure we weren't hurt. She'd been in the middle of typing almost there to her cousin. She got cited for reckless driving and texting while driving. The car was totaled. We had to call her parents to come pick us up, and the whole ride back she kept saying it wasn't her fault, that the car was just old and had bad tires. Never once did she apologize or seem to understand that she could have killed us. She actually got mad at me for not defending her to the cop. I didn't break up with her that day. I should have, but I was still processing everything. It wasn't until 3 days later when she called me asking if I wanted to go with her to look at new cars that it hit me how insane this whole thing was. I'm thinking about getting something with more horsepower, she said. That Honda was just too slow for highway driving. That's when I realized she learned absolutely nothing. She thought the problem was the car, not her driving like a maniac while texting. I told her I was busy and hung up. I never called her back, blocked her number, unfriended her on everything, just completely ghosted.